Hey, my friend, welcome back to the Transform Your Life podcast. I hope that you are all enjoying your summer so far. I've taken a couple weeks off from the podcast just so I can go camping with my family and friends, and it's been a blast. So, what I'm about to share with you today is something that I live and breathe and teach every single day, and I am super, super passionate about it. So, trust me, today is going to be a big one. My question to you is if you've ever created a vision board and thought, okay, now what? Like last night, I hosted a vision and manifestation workshop where we actually made it so that the visions that people created virtually, I will be putting onto a Tumblr and mailing it out to everybody. But we did it in a very strategic way in the vision creating process that it will actually work for them versus just grabbing random photos off the internet of things that they thought they wanted but didn't actually have much value or merit to them. So if ever you've created a vision board and thought, now what? Or maybe you've set goals or gotten inspired and felt excited only to feel stuck again weeks later, then this episode is for you. Because today I'm going to walk you through why your vision might not be manifesting the way that you hope and the one piece that is likely missing. And no, it's not more hustle, more positivity or Pinterest board. Okay. I actually don't even use Pinterest, but that's besides the point. So let's just dive in, shall we? So back in 2018, I hit my rock bottom. I was anxious, depressed, stuck in toxic patterns, pretty much any toxic pattern that you can think of, whether it be in relationships, food, money, alcohol, and myself, really. I felt like my own mind was attacking me and I couldn't see a way out. But one day, in the depths of my darkness, and in a moment of desperation, my intuition whispered, create a vision board. Now, I had no idea what a vision board was at the time, how to do it, or why my intuition was saying that, but I followed the nudge because I was ultimately desperate. I grabbed some markers, drew it out on a blank piece of paper, and that moment is what started to shift everything in my life. Now, I feel like I pretty much blacked out during the event of drawing out my vision board. I was just really allowing my intuition to flow through me because quite frankly, I didn't know, like deep down, I knew what I wanted, but I didn't feel like it was possible for me. So the things that I wrote down by channeling my intuition, they felt kind of confusing because I was like, really? Is that what's meant for me? Like, that seems really big and grand and very exciting and sounds like a really amazing life. I just didn't know the how. But the thing is, the how isn't really up to you. It's what you actually want, which is up to you in filtering it through your intuition. So, by creating my first vision board by drawing it out on a piece of paper, which is actually something we're going to be doing at my upcoming She Rises in-person event on August 9th. If you haven't grabbed your tickets yet, the link is in the show notes. So within 1 month of creating that first vision board, I found myself at a Tony Robbins event called Unleash the Power Within, UPW, in New York City, with 12,000 other people breaking through limiting lifelong beliefs that they had. And standing in the arena, crying and shaking, I felt like I was crying through every single pore in my body. It was honestly a surreal experience. I began to feel alive. I heard that same voice say, vision boards saved and changed your life. Now you have to go and teach them to the world. And again, I didn't know how I was going to do that. Didn't know what that looked like. So I actually went back and by honoring my intuition, I looked up online how to create and teach a vision board workshop. I bought a training. I turned it into my own way and I put it out there and I had my first event and it was magical. Actually, it was so amazing that I ended up going to my next Tony Robbins conference. So I went in November of that year of 2018. And I went again to California with some of the people that attended my vision board workshop in California of March in 2019. So it was pretty incredible. And then Tony Robbins, that event, went on to change their lives as well as the vision board workshop. So it was just an incredible experience, but not in the way that most people do them in terms of vision boards. So I teach it in a different way. now, and my process has even more evolved now that I've learned the power of surrender and teaching that to people. Because let's be honest, the truth is not all vision boards work. And there's reasons for that. Number one is they don't address the subconscious patterns that are still running in the background. If you find yourself self sabotaging, procrastinating, holding yourself back by fear or overwhelm or worry or the what ifs or whatever that may be, it might be because you have a subconscious block that is trying to keep you safe. That's what I do in my one-to-one sessions with my clients because I am an NLP practitioner. I help you uncover those subconscious blocks that are trying to keep you, I put in air quotes, safe because it's outdated. Those things were designed to keep you safe when you were a child, and now they're still trying to keep you safe, except now you're an adult and you don't necessarily need the same kind of protective mechanisms as you did as a child. Because when you were a child, you couldn't keep yourself safe and alive. You needed your parents or caregivers to do that for you. Now that you're an adult and you can do that for yourself, so you don't need those enhanced ways of survival as you did back then. And some of them, everybody has different survival mechanisms. We all have, fight or flight, freeze, fawn, whatever it may be, but we all perceive the world in different ways. So you don't actually know what is happening on a subconscious level unless you do this kind of work, okay? So another reason why you may not be manifesting the things from your vision board is because you might be skipping the somatic work, the nervous system piece, which means your body doesn't feel safe to receive what you're asking for. Let's say you have been in toxic relationships in the past, whether it be with a partner or even with a parental figure, your body somatically feels like dysfunction or toxicity is actually safe for you. And so if you don't rewire that somatically, if you don't do those changes somatically, you will continue to attract the same kind of patterns in relationships. So or if you have grown up and your family or people around you kept saying, money is safe, it isn't safe, money is the root of all evil. People who have money are not good people. If you, on a subconscious level, believe that, then you are going to sabotage or repel or push away or binge spend money when it comes your way. So if you are starting to notice patterns in your life that keep showing up. Let's say you make a lot of money and then you spend it all. Let's say you meet a really awesome person and then you sabotage it or push them away. It's because you don't feel safe or you have a different version of what safe actually feels like in your body somatically. So we need to change that. Sometimes people create vision boards that reflect who they think they're supposed to be, not who they really are at their core. When I became a business owner, I had no idea who I was supposed to be in order to be a successful business owner. And so I started looking at people around me. Okay, those people dress in fancy business attire. That person wears, skirts and nice tops and high heels. Okay, I will go and do that. Okay, those people speak in specific ways. Okay, I will do that. And what I noticed is I started to have an identity crisis because that was not me. I was trying to adopt an identity of who I thought I should be or needed to be in order to fit a certain role. Let's be honest, you just have to be yourself. Anyone else, you're not going to be able to sustain that. So if you have chosen photos on a vision board that does not actually represent who you are at your core, it's not going to happen for you. That goes the same for if you put a certain car or a house or a lifestyle on your board that doesn't reflect who you are, you're not going to manifest it. And if you do manifest it, you might push it away subconsciously because it's not what's meant for you. So I'm not saying that you can't still manifest the things that are on your board. What I'm saying is that they might not stay if they don't represent who you actually are. So a lot of people also create a vision board and they forget about it. Or worse of all, they start to feel ashamed because nothing on it is happening. They look at it, they're like, okay, why isn't this working? But they might also forget to take inspired action towards the things that they're asking for. You can't just sit back and eat McDonald's and wish and pray and hope for a fit, toned, healthy body. You actually got to put in the reps physically. Go to the gym, eat healthier food if that's what your goal is. Things don't just magically appear and drop from the sky, although that's what a lot of people believe manifestation to be. And I'm not saying that miracles aren't possible, because they most certainly are. But what I am saying is that a lot of people will create vision boards. They'll hope, they pray, they realize, or some people don't even look at it again after they create it, or some people buy the stuff and don't even actually make the vision board. So if this is you in the past, well, don't worry. You can come to my one of my upcoming vision board and manifestation workshops. They are the real deal. Trust me. The link is in the show notes for the next upcoming event. Another thing that might happen is when it comes to not getting the things on their vision board, a lot of people will assume that they are the problem. But listen, you are not the problem. Okay? The missing piece is the method. And the method that I personally believe in and adopted and lived by is the surrender method. And that's exactly what I teach, and that is what I live and breathe every single day. Because you can't manifest what you don't feel safe to receive. That's just straight up, you cannot. You cannot create from a place of fear, perfectionism, self-doubt, or survival mode. What I teach is about pairing your vision with subconscious reprogramming through NLP. NLP is neuro-linguistic programming. And so during the vision and manifesting workshops, I help you connect your thoughts, your beliefs, your body, along with the visions and desires and the dreams that you have, so that it can all work together as a system. I teach nervous system regulation so that you feel safe and excited to receive the things that you are asking for. We do somatic practices like breath work and movement. We especially do that at my She Rises event. And then most importantly of all, I teach surrender, trust, and intuitive action, because that is most important above all else. If you are putting in the reps, but you're not listening to your intuition and following what she says, then you're missing everything. Ultimately, we're doing these things because we want to feel a certain way. But if you are doing, and you're like, I don't feel the way that I thought I would feel, it's because you're not actually doing the things that your intuition wants you to do. You're not listening to her. And so I teach that inside my Surrender Method program, inside my Inner Circle community, inside my workshops, because it is the core, it's the fundamentals of everything. Your intuition, letting go in order to let in order to hear your intuition, whatever she's telling you to do, so that every step you move forward is in the direction of where you're meant to be, not in a path that is familiar and comfortable. Just because you've been there and you know it doesn't mean you're meant to go there. The thing with your intuition is she only reveals the next step. She doesn't show you the whole pathway, although as you are building out a vision, that's when you will get a glimpse of the whole pathway. You're not given every single step. You're shown the vision, you're shown the map, but you're not shown the instructions on how to get there. So you have to trust, you have to surrender, you have to let go, and you have to listen and take action. When your intuition tells you go in that direction, you go in the direction, and then say, okay, now what? And then she'll tell you, okay, now what? And she'll tell you, make sure to be grateful and excited and expect that she's going to give you the best things. That's what's meant for you. So when you pair the vision with the inner transformation, that's when it gets freaking powerful, okay? That's when your vision becomes reality. But here's the truth, okay? Your desires, they're not random. I believe that they're memories from your future self. But to receive them, you have to become the version of you who can hold them, who can receive them. Because if you are staying exactly as you have been up until now, my grandma used to always say, if you always do what you've always done, you'll always get what you always got. Same thing with yourself. If you always behave and think and act in the same ways as you always have, you'll always get the same results. So you have to evolve and become into that version, into that highest version of yourself. During the vision workshop, I actually had I actually do this meditation where you get to meet your higher self, and it's magical. So if you've been drifting, if you've been stuck in Groundhog's Day mode, wondering, like, is this it? Because I've been there and I'm like, if this is all that life is, like, what the heck is the point? Then I want to personally invite you to come and be a part of what we're doing, okay? So on August 9th, I'm hosting She Rises. It's a powerful in person event. It's a morning into early afternoon experience where we'll use movement, breath work, a fire ritual, vision work to help you release what's been weighing you down and reconnect with what you really, truly want. You'll leave there feeling clear, connected, and free in your body, mind, and spirit. You can also you can come on your own and meet amazing women there. Or you can also bring a friend, a sister, or a neighbor even. It's for women of all ages and all stages. And I promise you, it isn't just about feeling good, this event. It is actually life-changing. And I also have my next vision manifestation workshop coming up. The link is in the show notes where I'll teach you my exact method and you'll walk away not just with clarity, but with a custom tumbler with your vision on it mailed directly to your door, which is insanely exciting as a bonus. So if this episode sparks something in you, don't ignore that nudge, all right? You're not behind. You're not broken. You are not flawed. You're not stuck forever. You're just one powerful shift away from your next breakthrough. So click the links in the show notes for whatever events. Come to all of them if you want. I have many people who come to everything that I put out there, all of my events, workshops, programs, and that just excites me to my core because they are going all in. So I would love to meet you in person or virtually, whatever you feel called to, especially if you don't live locally to Ottawa. And my friend, if this episode spoke to you, please screenshot it and tag me on Instagram @_CassHenry. I love seeing what lands for you. And if you're ready to get support, reset your life, and manifest in a way that actually works, the link to join She Rises or the next workshop, or even if you want to come and join our Inner Circle community, all of the links are in the show notes. So your future self is already celebrating you, okay? You just have to decide to meet her. I love you. I see you, and I'll talk to you next week on the Transform Your Life podcast. Bye.